The purpose of an exponent is to tell us how many times to multiply a number by itself. So if we see 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, we can write this more concisely as 3 to the 4th. The big number, the base, is the number that we're multiplying, and then the exponent tells us how many times we're multiplying that number by itself. So 7 to the 3rd means to do 7 times 7 times 7, 3 sevens. And then that is equal to 343 once we actually multiply that out. 4 squared, or 4 to the 2nd, means to do 4 times 4, 4 times itself, which is 16. And you just need to be extra careful anytime you're working with negative numbers and exponents. So here we see negative 2 squared with the negative 2 in parentheses. So what that's telling us to do is negative 2 times itself, negative 2 times negative 2, which a negative times a negative is a positive, which means our answer is positive 4. But now this one over here, we've got negative 2 squared, no parentheses. So what this one is telling us to do is just square the 2, just multiply the 2 by itself, and then this negative in front is going to come along for the ride. So 2 times 2 is 4, but then when I carry that negative over, I actually get negative 4 for my final answer. So negative 7 squared, negative 7 in parentheses, means to multiply the negative 7 by itself. And again, a negative times a negative means my answer is going to be a positive 49. Negative 7 squared, no parentheses, means to just square the 7. 7 times 7 is 49, but then carry along that negative in front. So that gives me negative 49 for my final answer. Negative 3 cubed means to multiply negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. And just 3 times 3 times 3 would give us 27, but then a negative times a negative times a negative, an odd number of negatives, is going to give us a negative answer. So this would equal negative 27. Negative 3 cubed, no parentheses, means to do 3 times 3 times 3. We're just cubing the 3 and then bringing along the negative that's in front, which again, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. I carry along my negative, giving me an answer of negative 27. So you can see when you have negative numbers and exponents, sometimes the parentheses make a difference in your final answer, sometimes they don't. But you always have to be extra cautious with them and really think about what the problem is asking you to do, whether the parentheses are there or not, in order to determine what your final answer should be.